Hello everyone, welcome to MJ Hobby Corner and another MJ Hobby Corner subscriber voted game. I'm Julie, MJ's trusty sidekick, of course, and today we bring you 5 parsecs from home. The long-awaited 5 parsecs from home. So we've waited for it long enough. I'm not going to make you wait any longer. Grab a drink, grab a snack, whatever you would like. I, of course, am going to grab some dice because the time has come to let it roll.
So before I present this battle, I would like to give a little background on the story arc for Captain Aurora Lyles and her crew. Now, I've been playing 5 Parsecs 3rd edition on Patreon for quite some time. It is a series of about 10 videos for Season 1 on my Patreon, and I will continue with Season 2 sometime end of March or beginning of April, when the big studio opens. Season 2 will commence, and we'll see where Aurora Lyles and her crew end up. Now, this battle is going to be very important. We're not playing a campaign turn. We didn't play a campaign turn. This is just a battle. It's a good way to get Julie to learn the combat mechanics of 5 Parsecs in case she wants to join me in the future. All of that material, all of 5 Parsecs 3rd edition, will be on Patreon or YouTube memberships. So, to give a little background of Aurora, Aurora was a character that I made up, and I decided to use the same character Aurora in that I played for 5 Parsecs 2nd edition, which I played a long time ago here on the channel, and it was the first time I ever played 5 Parsecs, so I didn't know what I was doing. And it was a very fun game. So Aurora was actually a part of a crew under another captain named Gibson. And Gibson owned this ship called the Eclipse, which he later, for 3rd edition 5 Parsecs, actually decides to sell to Aurora because they're very close. And Gibson retires, so he sells the Eclipse to Aurora. And so Aurora is still paying for that debt. We have very little to go, though. I think by Season 2, she would have paid that whole debt, and the Eclipse will be hers. So, Aurora served under Gibson, and they went through many adventures together. In that crew, there was another individual, a female soldier named Janice. And Janice is basically a sister to Aurora. They grew up together. They're serving together under Gibson. And suddenly, in one of the missions, I made a mistake with Janice. You know, I myself was green with the game, and she went out in the open, and this figure, which I had named Iscariot, kills Janice. And it's the same figure that you'll see today in the battle. So he kills Janice, and everybody on the internet was giving me shit, and, you know, oh, bad strategy and all this crap. But it was true. It was a bad strategy. It was, you know, she moves out in the open and boom, dead. What I decided to do then is that I used that mistake of mine and I incorporated it into the story for 3rd edition 5 Parsecs and said that Aurora was really moved, really affected by this person's death. And basically she decides to secretly, it becomes her obsession, to secretly track and hunt down this individual named Iscariot. Now, we don't know anything very much about Iscariot, just that he is part of some criminal organization. He is a smuggler. And Iscariot is just an alias. We don't even know his real name. But he is an alien life form that does a lot of criminal activities in a system called the Lorn system. Aurora goes on with that. She's hunting Iscariot secretly. And now, finally, in 3rd edition, this becomes her motivation. Her motivation is revenge. She wants to kill this Iscariot. It becomes almost an obsession. And her crew, which is very loyal, is well, playing along. It is profitable for them. She is making money. She has quite a few patrons. There's one patron that I brought in from 2nd edition, and I'm saying that he knows Aurora very well. When Gibson retires and Aurora takes charge, this patron kind of comes in and helps Aurora out with jobs and such. So that's how I kind of tied those arcs. There is a war with Unity. Unity comes in and invades Lorn Prime, which is the primary world in the Lorn system. There's like 5 planets in the Lorn system, and in some moons and remote backwater planets and such. So the Lorn Prime is a primary world where Aurora has been doing a lot of her work, and where she's been keeping track of Iscariot, who's supposedly in the neighboring world of this system. So Unity comes in. Aurora and her crew have to leave Lorn Prime, and they go out to a backwater world for a while to escape the war. So this war has been going on for several campaign turns in Season 1. Now we're going to have to determine what happens with this war. When we ended Season 1, Unity is gaining ground, so they may be winning this war. If Unity wins this war, it's going to change the politics of the Lorn system. Now, this may not affect Aurora. It may be very beneficial, but it will affect some of her patrons who may be doing shady stuff, and it will also affect Iscariot and some of the criminal organizations if Unity becomes in charge, all right? Because that's going to affect the entire system if Lorn Prime is lost. So we're gonna have to figure that out afterwards. But very important is this battle will determine if Aurora fulfills her motivation and kills Iscariot and gets revenge for little old Janice. So this is the board we are playing on, and we are deployed on the shorter edges of the board. Julie on the left-hand side, and Iscariot and his crew on the right-hand side of the board. This is a small board and represents a complex where Iscariot has some of his smuggling going on. And Aurora is here to kill Iscariot. We are treating Iscariot and his crew as you would any other creature or AI opponent in the game, except of course we're not using the AI rules. I would be controlling them, but they will move in the opponent phase. Okay, and this is Julie's reaction roll, and looks like 3 of her figures will move in the quick phase. So go ahead and place those dice where you want them. Okay, 1 for Aurora. All right, and this is the initiative for Aurora and her crew. We have Aurora moving in the slow phase, Romulan in the slow phase, and all the red dice are figures that will move in the quick phase. These are dice results that are equal to or lower the figure's reaction. All right, Julie's quick phase is over, and we have Karina, the purple shooter, right over here. She is in cover. We are maintaining that as cover. She's near the corner, so she can hide in it. And we have Grick right over here, near the ladder, and we have First Mate Cromwell heading towards the ladder as well. Right. Okay, quick phase is now over, and it is now Iscariot's turn. During Iscariot's turn, Iscariot's crew moves. The Warbot moved over here. We have the Stalker here. The Hulker has moved down, jumped down from the platform and moved. And then we have on the other side, we have a Cultist right there who moved forward, and the Psyker First Mate, she moved over the barrier and forward. All models used the dash move, and so they cannot fire this round. That ends Iscariot's turn. Now going on to the slow phase. So Ash moves his standard move and fires a shot with his weapon within weapon range and in the open, and so he gets 1 shot and needs a 5 or over on the dice. And he gets a 5. Oh, okay. So that is a hit. Now roll a toughness roll.
No, he does not succeed.
Okay. So round 1 is over, and this is the position of the figures. As we see now, Romulan moved right over there behind Ash. He got line of sight, is within the 24-inch range of his military rifle. And he added a second stun marker to the Warbot. So that guy's combat action, that guy's actions are reduced for the next round. So we'll see what happens. All right. So there we have the position of the figures with Karina, followed by Aurora herself, followed by Grick, followed by First Mate, Cromwell, Ash, the precursor alien, and Romulan over here. So not a bad round for Aurora. And here is, not too shabby. Here is the Warbot. We have the Stalker. We have the Hulker, Iscariot. We have the Cultist, and followed by the Psyker, who is the first mate, female first mate of the crew. So there we go. All right, round 2. Let's see what happened round 2. So round 1 has finished, and the Warbot has already been stunned twice, has 2 stun markers. So still not too bad. Not too bad.
Listen, Aurora is a woman on a mission. She is ready and raring to go, and she has her team ready and raring to go with her, and it just proves it in the first round when they were able to stun the robot twice. I'm telling you, Aurora is not going to settle for any other outcome than Iscariot going down.
Well, during the initiative roll, Julie gives 2 of her quick phase dice, 1 to Ash, 1 to Cromwell, and everybody else with the white dice go in the slow phase, and that includes Aurora. So Ash now aims at the robot, who has 2 stun markers. And okay, Julie, go ahead.
Here we go. Are you ready? 5. Are we all hoping for 5s, or are we all chanting 5? 5, 5. 3. It didn't work, guys. You need to chant louder. It did not work.
All right, so now it's Cromwell's turn in the quick phase. Meanwhile, Cromwell moves to the corner and fires a shot on the Warbot, which has 2 stun markers. Cromwell hits, and the result is under the toughness of the Warbot. So the Warbot is pushed back 1 inch and receives a 3rd stun marker, thus taking it out of the game. Good job, Cromwell. So the Psyker has stunned Karina with a power. So in the Freelancer's Handbook for 5 Parsecs, a Psionist has to roll a projection roll, which is 2d6, and then match the range to the target. We usually allow equal to or over the range to the target, and if that occurs, then the power goes off and hits the target, whatever it is. If the Psionists cast the power on themselves, it is automatic. And powers are also used as a bonus action. So after doing a power, the Psionists could move if they want to, which I didn't do. So that could be bad for me. And now the Cultist moves in with a Klingfire pistol and fires 2 shots at Karina, who is stunned. So he rolls. Now he is within weapon range, and she is in cover because she is at that corner. So he needs 6s. Goes snake eyes. Oh, okay, I quit.
The dice gods really are not in your favor today.
Ah, shit. Opponent phase ends with the Stalker right here, who shot at Cromwell and missed. The Hulker, who also shot at Cromwell and missed. We have Iscariot, who has moved here. He has a pistol, but he decides to move into cover to avoid being hit. He's a coward. We have the Psyker who stunned Karina, who's now got to do something, probably remove that stun marker, and the Cultist who fired his terrifying weapon and didn't do a single damn thing. And now, and Aurora moves into cover, fires her laser on the Cultist, and there is line of sight, and he is within range and in the open, within weapon range and in the open. So I'm just going to check that real quick. But there she goes. Okay, let's see what Aurora does. She gets a +1 to hit because of targeting sight. Aurora needs a 5+. She gets a +1.
No, it's a 3.
We're both rolling pretty bad.
Jeez,
okay.
Wow.
All right, so she gets a 3, misses with her laser, and that's it. That ends the slow phase. So here are the positions. Grick is climbing up into the high ground. He can climb through there and go up on the platform. We have Cromwell here. We have Romulan who dashed over there. We have Ash who still remains in that position. Aurora moves over to that cover. And then Karina moved and panic fired, but she was able to stun the Psyker, who was pushed back an inch and stunned. Okay, and we know that Aurora missed. All right, so that is the end of round 2, going on round 3. So in the quick phase, we're going to have Cromwell going, Grick, Ash, Aurora, and it looks like Karina. And the only one that goes in the slow phase is Romulan with the white die. Oh, this is going to be a tough round for me.
Okay, it's proving to be a difficult task. I've got Aurora has Grick climbing up to the top to see what he can see, and we're all strategizing to get the best way to get this job done, but we're still in it, and we're going to win.
Okay, so I lost my Warbot at round 1. Round 2, we had some pretty bad rolls, so I'm counting on that because Julie hasn't been rolling very good. However, that whole idea of Grick going up on high ground, that has me a little worried. So Iscariot, he's going to have to do some moving and repositioning this round, I think.
2.
Okay, so he rolls a 2 plus 1 is
hits.
3. Yes, because of his combat skill.
Right.
And he doesn't have any other advantages, I don't think.
No.
Okay, like Aurora. Okay, so +1. And he does hit, so now he receives a toughness roll. So roll the toughness. Toughness 5.
6!
God damn. Holy crap. So Karina moves in cover and fires a shot against the Psyker, and the Psyker is within 6 inches and in the open. Karina has a change of heart, and instead of shooting the Psyker, she aims at the Cultist that is next to her. So Karina now rolls.
3.
3 plus her combat skill.
Her combat skill, I forgot what it was. What is it? 1, so it's a 4.
That is a 4, and yeah, you needed...
I needed a 3, I think.
Yeah, you needed a 3 or over to hit, so that is a hit. Now roll a toughness.
And your toughness is 3, right?
3, correct.
6!
Oh, gosh. God damn. Now, he has no armor, save, or nothing like that. So, yes, he is taken out. Goodbye, Cultist. Aurora then moves next to Karina.
And she's going to shoot.
Plus to hit.
I'm pretty sure. Let me double check it, but I'll move forward if I have to. But no, that's 6 inches.
No, it is 6 inches or less. That exactly. So that is a 3+. 6 inches and in the open. All right.
You know, I think I might have made a big mistake, and I hope it doesn't come back to bite me in the you know what, because I put Aurora and Karina in the quick phase when I should have put it on the other side of the structure to Romulan and Grick, or Cromwell, one of those two. And I messed up. I wasn't thinking. I was focused on the wrong thing. And let's hope I don't pay for it.
Rolls a 6,
Yes.
plus her combat skill of 1 is a 7, so that's more than enough. Now do a toughness roll for Aurora.
Okay, and her toughness is 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. 1. Nope.
Okay, so she failed the toughness roll.
But she's stunned, right?
But she moves back an inch and is stunned. Oh, that's her second stun marker.
Oh.
In the opponent phase, the Stalker charges Cromwell. She has a melee weapon, so that's +2. She has a pistol, +1, and her combat score of +1, so that is a total of +4.
4, yeah.
Now, Cromwell does have a melee weapon, so he gets a +2. He does not have a pistol, but what is his combat skill? A
1.
+1, so that is a +3 for Cromwell. And we're going to do opposed rolls now. So you roll and I roll. You add the 3. Whoever has the... Oh!
You win.
That's a 10. And you... Oh! You rolled a 6.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Wait a minute. So we each take a hit
Mm-hmm.
because of the unmodified 6, despite the modifiers. Now, there are no damage bonuses. So, like, our melee weapons don't have any damage bonus. It's damage 0. So roll your toughness.
I have to beat your toughness. And your toughness is what?
The Stalker's is a 4.
2.
Okay.
Does not.
Oh, a 5 for Cromwell. You want to use a story point.
Yes.
You have 2 story points.
Yes, that's an excellent idea. Yes.
Okay. So, I'll re-roll that. And I fail.
Okay.
So she used a story point to change that, and she has 1 story point left
Right.
in the game. This opponent phase also saw Iscariot dashing across the platform as he gets nervous, knowing that Aurora and Karina are on the other side of that building. Grick, by the way, in the previous phase, moved up to high ground. That was in the previous phase. And the Psyker cast a spell on herself, Barrier, and moved away from the open area that she was in, and she's now hiding. She has 1 stun marker removed, and of course, both figures here have a stun marker. Okay, that ends the opponent phase of round 3, entering the slow phase of round 3. Romulan then moves to cover, and that is the end of the slow phase. Only 1 figure in the slow phase for Julie. All right. Moving on to round 4. We do have an end phase this time around because there were opponent casualties. So 2 dice are rolled and checking with the panic stat of each of my own characters and see where it falls. So see if anybody runs away. All right, a 4 and a 5. The highest panic I have is 2. So nobody runs away. Everybody stays in the battle. And Grick has moved within weapon range, and he has Iscariot in his sights. Oh, dear.
And,
Yep, Iscariot is definitely out in the open for
here we
sure.
go.
Okay, so he hits on 5s within weapon range, and okay.
4 plus 1. Oh,
Yeah,
5.
his combat
I
skill.
always forget that part.
Yeah.
Yes.
So 5, that is a hit. Okay,
Yes.
now Iscariot does have luck. He has 1 luck.
Okay.
So go ahead,
Roll it
roll
again?
over the toughness.
Okay.
His toughness
Oh, roll over the
is toughness of 5.
Okay. 5.
Holy, you are freaking lucky. That he would be normally taken out, but instead he's going to use his luck. Iscariot used his luck point, his only luck point, as he dives for cover. Right here, this is the closest element, and that's where he is. Their highlight is that Aurora runs around the corner. Well, not runs, but she moves around the corner during this quick phase and fires at the Psyker, who has a stun marker. 6 inches and in the open, so Aurora needs 3s plus your combat. Oh my god. she does have barrier on her.
Right.
I have to roll a 4+. This is a psychic ability. If I roll a 4+, the hit is negated, and it's a 4+.
That
Even that unmodified 6, which was a beautiful roll.
It
Sorry,
was.
sorry, Charlie. Okay, and Ash has moved in the slow phase within range and line of sight of Iscariot. Iscariot is going to be in cover, so that's going to be a 6 target number for Ash.
Here we go.
Iscariot is pushed back and he's stunned. He's not exactly on touching the base of the terrain, so he will be in the open the next time they shoot. All right, so that's that. Cromwell now moves. Now, in this case, I will consider him in cover because of the angle of that platform. It's on 5s.
Okay, combat 1. All right, here we go. 6!
Oh, that is definitely a hit. Now do your toughness roll.
And, okay, toughness 5. Come on. 5!
Oh, Iscariot has no luck. No, nothing left. And the villain is now downed here on round 5. Aurora. It wasn't Aurora who...
No, it wasn't Aurora. She was trying to get there.
It wasn't Aurora who actually did the killing, but oh well, we do have revenge. Cromwell did it, so hopefully Aurora will take that into consideration. Well.
What a game, right?
What a game. Julie, thanks for fulfilling Aurora's motivation there, which was to kill Iscariot, her archenemy. And yes, that was really cool. What'd you think of the game?
I thought it was great. I was nervous a few times. I made a few errors. But in the end, it didn't end up hurting me, so thank goodness.
Yeah, it worked out, I think, for Aurora very well.
Yeah.
Now, even though Cromwell is the one that actually kills Iscariot, I'm taking it as Aurora would have met with her crew, and especially Cromwell, who's her first mate. They're very close. She would have met with her crew and simply said, you know, if you have the shot, take it.
Right.
Take him out. You know, don't wait for me. So I think saying that, I would consider her motivation done, even though she wasn't the one to actually kill him.
Right.
It would have been sweeter if she would have been the one to kill him, but
sure.
I am going to now sit down and digest things and, you know, add story points and everything else for second season in April.
What's next? No.
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, I think I'm going to have my Lords of Fantasy vote. 5 Parsecs is a game that is on only my Patreon and YouTube membership. But I'll have my Lords of Fantasy vote and see. There's a great war going on with Unity. Depending on what happens with that war, if it ends or whatever, whoever wins, there's going to be a lot of Starship Hulks out there, a lot of Starship Graveyards. So Aurora and her crew may find it profitable to actually become salvagers. You know, and there's a whole bunch of salvager rules in one of the expansions of 5 Parsecs, which we can use, and she has basically another career. You know? So anything can happen. I mean, she can gain new enemies now because Iscariot's dead. There's a bunch of things that can happen. So I'm going to digest things a little bit and think about it.
All right. I guess we'll see then. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, everybody.
Yep. One more point I want to make is with story points, I know you didn't use a lot of them.
At least one.
Yeah, you used one. I like to save my story points for the end, actually, in case characters get killed.
That's what I did. I was saving it.
That's what I thought.
At the end. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You save it to the very end because you didn't have very many. And then, so... Okay, and that could help save a character, really, if you save it for the end. So, all right. We are very sorry that this video took so long to put online. Julie and I have just been Yeah, I mean, still not
Yeah.
feeling 100%.
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty tired today.
I'm exhausted, and I'm sure you guys can see it in my eyes. 'Cause I'm
Yeah,
done.
so, it took a
Yeah.
while to get on, but we've put it up finally, so there we go.
There we go. Yay!
All right, folks, that was 5 Parsecs. I decided to add it to the story arc of my original game going on Patreon. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for your patience and for your support. So Aurora will sit down with her crew and have a lot of booze
There you go.
aboard the Eclipse.
There you go.
Have a good one, guys.
Take care.